Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Muhammad Sheikh's channel. Please click the bell icon so that you may receive timely notifications of our upcoming videos.
My question is, what is the status of a bond or a contract which we sign to serve any organization or an institution where our integrity, honor, honesty, and even our life is involved? So kindly clarify it according to the book of Allah.
Yeah, you see, when we go to any institution or any organizations, they've got certain principles laid down. If you're working as a manager or if you're working in that organization, so they've got certain principles. So before going into that contract, so you must always, whatever job you want to do, you must always consider that is it not contradicting to my governing ayahs, what God has asked me. You can have you can join any organization, but keeping in view that it should not, because you have to listen to the orders of the bosses. If you're not a boss, you're joining an organization, they've got certain rules. You have to do this and you have to do that. So if they are not in contradicting to the ayahs, you join them. Where you're threatened, if your life is threatened, you don't join them. So they've got certain policies of so those policies should be followed. Because let's say, oh, I already in my lecture I said Surah An-Nisa 4 and ayah 15, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu atiullah wa atiur rasul first. You have to follow Allah first. Then you have to follow the messenger. You know how to follow Allah? I already told you when Allah speaks directly to the ayahs. Second is the messenger. When messenger is speaking about Allah, or that is also messenger. So I follow Allah and the messenger in the Quran. Then he said, Wa ulil amri minkum. That one who you have to obey, the one who will give you order in an organization or in wherever you are, in any organization. So you have to follow him. So if you have a dispute in the thing, so return to Allah and messenger. So now this authority did not, before going into a contract, you look at the contract and you see, will it contradict to my beliefs in the ayahs as mentioned? If you see no, it will not contradict, you join them. And after joining them, then they ask you to do something which is contradictory to the ayahs. Allah said return to the Allah's messenger, means you leave the organization. There are other jobs also. So remember, always whenever you enter into a contract, you have to know what Allah says in the ayahs and what the messenger is describing about Allah and the commandments and the order governing ayahs. So you join any organization keeping in view that tomorrow it may not contradict what my practices are. If they allow that, you have a discussion and review, and before signing the contract between them, you have to consider this. But if you do not consider at all and you just join and then they pressurize you, even your life is threatened. So Allah has already mentioned this, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, who you believe, atiullah. First is you have to obey Allah. So obey Allah means you know what Allah says in the ayahs. Then obey the messenger, you know what the messenger is saying in the ayahs. The third is ulil amri minkum. You have to obey the order, the one who gives order to you in that organization. You obey him also. As far you know that it's not because you following that policies of that government or that organization. Fa'in tanazatum in shay'in, if there is a dispute of anything, faruddu ila Allahi wa Rasul. So you return back to Allah's messenger. So if that after signing the contract and they ask you something which is against Allah's messenger, which they never had that in their contract. So Allah says, you, in other words, leave that contract, because He says you return back to Allah's messenger. So if you believe in Allah, return to Allah's messenger. If you believe in Allah, and the last says, this is the better and the most beautiful interpretation. So remember, whenever you go into any contract or organization or anything, you must know what Allah says and what messengers in the ayahs. So if I have a bondage, I should not get involved. So if it's a life threat or something which goes against you, you should not do it in the first place. So you should know before that. Thank you.